As entrepreneurs, we are passionate about sharing our story and perspective and the lessons learned from failure and challenges so others can be successful. And when speaking at conferences, on panel discussions, at Q&A, when engaging current entrepreneurs, prospective entrepreneurs, we get asked all the time, Sameer, Bobby, what is the hardest part of being an entrepreneur? And you always got to stop and think and say, the hardest part of starting a business is actually starting the business, is putting out a flag and saying, guess what? I'm the co-founder of Blue Ocean Global Technology, and we are here to do business today, and then find out quickly that no one cares and persevere through that.
One of the biggest challenges I had was kind of the emotions inside me of starting, right? Like I had this fear, it was really irrational, that's like almost like I was gonna die, like if I left income, I wouldn't support myself. But I'd saved up a lot and I had the freedom to do something for a fixed period of time, right? And your brain is this highly refined machine that's programmed to keep you safe. And I remember seeing this woman, a psychologist, talk about that on a panel discussion about, hey, we're not cavemen anymore. Like if you stop working, you're not gonna like die automatically. So that actually kind of gave me a permission and freedom to bet on myself and have more confidence in me to start up my business.
Just remember, your fears are more dangerous than your dangers. Entrepreneurship. In theory, there's no difference between theory and practice, but in practice, there definitely is.
That's right, and practice makes perfect, right? So it's important to be thoughtful and plan ahead for things, especially if you're an entrepreneur, but don't get stuck in the planning. Like it's about doing, it's about execution. I remember in my YouTube channel, Chord Savvy, check it out and subscribe. It took me 3 years to look at it on paper before I actually did something. And the past year, I've been so active in it, right? Making business cards, creating content, it's about doing. Chord Savvy, that's right. And if you want to play with fire, you got to learn how to do that, either figuratively or literally. Like, you know, those guys that like the hula dudes that like spin fire. If you want to do something cool like that, you got to watch YouTube videos, and all, but you eventually have to do it. You might get burnt, but you learn, so execute. And as Malcolm Gladwell said,
in his book, The Tipping Point, he talks about 10,000 hours are required to master something and create that extraordinary effect. Like Bill Gates sneaking out of his house to go over to the university to work and study code on the PC. And so if you are a struggling entrepreneur, if you're working hard right now and you haven't achieved results, know that they will come when you work with your heart. You put all your time, energy, and effort in. And that brings us to the business plan. See, a business plan is something that can actually be an inhibitor from somebody starting an actual business, because a business plan is just a written prediction for the future.
Yeah, and you cannot predict the future. Like, you just can't. You can plan for it, but you can't predict it.
That's exactly right, which is why the business plan needs to have less value, and actually going out there and doing something is really what it takes.